Hi, Beam. Can she hear me?
All right. Yep. Beam as well. Yep. Yeah.
Can you hear us okay?
Yes. Can hear you well.
Good, good. Son, drive fast.
Yes.
Okay, so is there anything you guys want to discuss first, John, Son?
No, I can't think of anything. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, guys, look, we've got a situation here. I don't know how deep we can go with this one because I don't completely have all the information. Nan, you may or may not have it, but this is in relation to Hello Sushi Sky Kai. And so they did cancel last month because they were saying that only 10% of their orders were coming from the marketing. I thought that was interesting. I thought 10% was a pretty good result. If 10% of your customers are coming from marketing, that was pretty good. So I wanted to look at this case and get some more information. So I don't know if I have any more information, but maybe this could be a learning experience. Maybe while I'm talking, but I guess maybe the first step is to understand we may no longer have access to this customer data. So I'm more interested to know how that 10% came about. John, you might be able to see in the history of the ad account, for Google and Facebook, how those ads were performing and what the clips were.
Yeah.
Small dining customer. So maybe also I'd like to take this opportunity because you're going to see in 2022, 23, sorry, moving over to one more year. Particularly the night team, Man and Nice, we're going to see more of an emphasis on smart dining. So I would probably like to also get a bit better understanding in this call what you guys do see with smart dining in shopping carts. So Nice and Nan, I know Nan's very early, so you may not have all the stuff at her fingertips, but Nice, maybe you could shortly share your screen and show us what you see, what you get access to when it comes to a small dining customer and what you're using to make decisions around marketing. Because that'd be very valuable for me to understand for future strategy sessions as well, in preparation for small dining customers in particular. But it'll also be good for the rest of the team. I know we've got B and Peter here and B. I know you guys may not be focused on the US market, but from time to time, some of these customers may come through asking questions. So it'd be valuable for everyone. So maybe the best starting point is, Nan, do you have any historical information here that may be helpful when it comes to Hello Sushi?
All Manal told me was that she wasn't happy that, well, she kind of said that the order only increased about 10% or not even 10%, something like that.
Okay. So let's move on to the evaluation then of, can somebody show me or share with me their screen? They have it up. Awesome, man. What information we get from smart dining? other than the customer saying 10%, that's their gut feel, what information do we have?
Yeah.
If-
I've got ready the campaigns, the Google ads and the Facebook ads. Want to have a look at that one now?
Sure. But while
Yeah,
John's
okay.
going through that, does anyone have, do we see anything? Not necessarily Sushi, Hello Sushi Sky, because they're no longer active, but with smart dining customer, I want to know or see or experience what information you get from smart dining, if anything. Because this is valuable. We need to know what information what data we can access. So go ahead, John.
Okay, thanks. And two, before we look at this data here as well, I think another thing to one of the things that we talked about recently was ad spend, and changing the conversation when we get a new client. Because what I noticed for this particular client is the ad, going by what I could see in Salesforce, the ad spend was $100 per month. And so if the client if Hello Sushi Sky Thai is complaining, that they're not seeing as many customers as I hope they would, then that's a good conversation to have with them. Is how many, what is their expectation, and then discussing with them, okay, if you want to achieve that, this is how much we need to be spending in ad spend to get that result. So there was actually so Manal created actually 2 campaigns. You can see here, you can see it highlighted, the one in yellow and one in orange. And yellow one is a local campaign, which was getting cost per conversion of $6.66, which is high for that could be lower for restaurants. But I think what Manal has done well here is that it looks like she initially started this campaign in Google Ads, was getting cost per the cost per new customer was $6.66, and she must have switched to from local campaign to Performance Max, because I can see this one was running for longer, because the first one was we've only spent $26, but the second one we've spent $142. But I can see here the cost per conversion was $2.69, which is a lot better. So we've more than halved the cost per new customer. So that was really good approach that Manal did there for
John, I know we discussed this a couple of strategies ago, but when it says cost per conversion, this is actually tracking right through to a purchase when automated.
No, this is tracking, and it'll bring it up in a second. It's calls to the restaurant or people asking for directions to the restaurant. So people going to the restaurant or calling the restaurant. So
that's on a Google campaign.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so this one, yeah, so we can see we've had 22 calls to the restaurant, and 31 people asking for directions. Yeah.
What is menu views, orders, other engagement, website visits? That not counted as conversion, or it is?
Yeah, so these are these other ones. So there's 2 types. There's these conversions, and then which was 53, And then these ones here, yeah, there are other statistics we can see as well.
But is it from the ad or from just
Yep.
Google?
Yeah, this is only from the paid advertising. This is not from, yeah.
So they're 21 website clicks.
Yep.
Well,
Yep, that's correct. Yeah.
so this is total campaign, total, right? Not just 1 month.
This is total, all time.
So they've spent $142 US. Is that
Mhm.
total? Okay. So
Yep.
this customer spent $142 US. They got 4 calls from the ad, whatever that means. They got 4 clicks to call, which we know is clicking on to call the restaurant. 31 wanted directions to the restaurant. That's what it's measuring. That's where its cost per acquisition is 53. So that should break it down to 69 right over that 53. Yep. And then they got 20 menu views, 15 orders, 194 other engagements, whatever that might be, 21 website links. Look, to look at this and say the campaign was not a success, it's probably unfair to the whole ecosystem. To me, that if I spent $150 and I was getting that kind of result, my next question would be, is the website engaging enough? I'm just talking not online ordering or restaurants, but just keep that page open to them. Sorry.
Yeah.
So without talking to the customer here, oh, sorry. So this will be a small dining. Just scroll to the bottom, stay what you see.
It's a small dining website. Yeah.
Wow, for a sushi shop, I'd be very happy with this shop. Sushi shops historically don't perform very well at all. Let alone on the marketing front. So, okay. So the online ordering, the order here, that's pretty straightforward. Sushi Thai shop. Might go see these guys.
So this is a, it looks like it's a 1-page website, this one.
All right. So go back to those stats, John. Yeah. Yeah, then look, I think it would be worth going back and having a real conversation with these guys. I don't think Manal's done anything here that probably could have been done any better in the sense of campaigns, but maybe the conversation here is to really ask the restaurant, well, what were you trying to achieve? Did you want 100% increase in orders? Then you need to start marketing to your existing database. The strategy then would be direct marketing, right? Getting access to the small dining data and say, hey, we send email, SMS to increase the order rate of your existing customers, but to be pulling in this kind of engagement in that area in Chicago, I don't know what other competition is around them. Yeah. Guys, what are your thoughts as you see this? Like, you're looking at these different campaigns all the time. What do you think of these stats for this restaurant? Peter, Sam still driving me. Nice. What are your thoughts on this campaign? Go back to that, John, we're just looking at, just go back to that breakdown there. Tell me, guys, what are your thoughts? What are you saying to this customer? And so your customer and they're about to come and say, hey, it's not working, I'm only getting 10%. What would you be thinking of these stats here that you've got in front of you?
All right, let's maybe we'll ask Nice, because Nice also is US, you know, has US clients. What do you think? What do you think, Nice?
Can you repeat the question again?
So looking at the results that the campaign's been achieving, what's your thoughts about it? Is do you think we've done a good job here with the marketing on the Google Ads?
I think the number on the ad is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that bad, but maybe we can change. I mean, for my opinion, if we can change, like, to be more like not just the local campaign, maybe the good choice.
Maybe the what? Sorry.
Can you hear me?
You said maybe not local campaign, but the something else.
Yeah, I think we should try another type of ad, because some restaurant is not attached only the local people, but if it in the tourist tab, it will be better to attract the people who just search for it, not only like in the radius that the ad will be shown.
Oh, okay. Other areas.
So what nice, I think what I heard you say is this restaurant in Chicago is maybe in a touristy area, and so just targeting only local people may not be the best. We're targeting the expanding it out, maybe visitors in the area, finding them. Is that what you said?
อย่างมันกล้องมากเลยอ่ะ Steve, can you use the headphone?
Can I use what?
There are an echoes from your voice.
So I think, yeah, I think what Steve was saying about it's a touristy area, so maybe expanding the audience to those that are visiting.
Yes.
Is my audio better now? Is the audio better now? No, it's worse.
Out. No.
How's everyone? So I can hear it okay. How's everyone else?
I can hear you, but it's kind of very hard to focus. It's echo.
Is it echoing now?
Could you try again?
How about now when I speak? Is it better volume on the other end now? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I think it's better.
So you've got to be in here hot. Yeah, the meetings are limited to 30 minutes, so it gets too hot in here. Okay, cool. Okay, sorry. What I was asking, what I was repeating, Nice, is you were saying one of the things that could have been done here is a campaign to target, because it's in a tourist area, maybe, and not just targeting local people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But what would we say to the client here? Like, I'm interested, these stats to me don't seem alarmingly poor. It's not like no action or no engagement. What could we be talking to the customer? Because this is about, I think here it's all about the relationship and the expectations of the customer. So what are they wanting to achieve? I know we don't know, we might be a bit blind now because we don't have that customer in front of us at the moment, but Nan, I would be interested to go back to them and ask them, what were you expecting? I'm looking through their previous campaign, and now there's some good results here. You were getting 21 website visits that were turning into orders. You were getting people, 31 people coming looking for directions to your restaurant off the ad. If that was 31 people and half of them were going to keep coming back, and the average order is $40, we did this, right? $40 times 15 times 12. This ad paid for itself alone in that. Why do they not want another 31 customers next month looking for their sushi shop and Thai shop? Does that make sense? Like I'm kind of lost to why they feel this wasn't good enough. I know we don't have Manal here to answer that, who had the conversation with them, but like, why was this not good enough for them? We don't know the answer. And that's probably important when you're coming to a customer coming to the end. Would you pull this up? I mean, if I was about to lose a customer, I'd be having this in front of me with them looking at it, right? Not just talking on the phone, not just blah, 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 right? I literally would have, hey, let's jump on a call. I'm about to lose you as a client. I need you to understand what's happening. Can I share something with you? Okay, jump on. Look, you got 22 people who called you, and whatever reason they might have asked you about your products and services. That's great. You've got 31 people who have come to find you. Like, those are 31 people that from the ad have clicked to find out where you are, right? That you got to understand, guys, clicking on for directions doesn't mean they've driven to the shop. Correct me if I'm wrong, John, but
Yeah, that's correct.
this is someone clicking on it and they wanted to know, where are you in relation to where I am? So this machine is constantly trying to find you customers that want to find you. Now, out of that 31, there might have been 5 or 6 that clicked and gone, oh, that's not far. I'm going to try them out next time, or I'm going to go there, because you've all done it, right? You've all seen an ad, you've all clicked on it, and you've gone, where are they to me? Oh, they're just around the corner, or oh no, it's on the other side of a busy street crossing the bridge. I'm never going there, right? You've all done this behavior. This is the conversation to have with the customer. This 31 is not about the 31 come and spend $1 million with you. This is Google. This is a machine that you're investing in that's looking for customers, right? Oh, found one. Oh, there's another one, right? So this is a very economical way of trying to have customers find you and make a decision whether you're relevant to them, right? This is the restaurant. So 31 people have clicked to decide whether you're geographically close enough or not, whether that restaurant is worth me going to, right?
Also too, I just realized here, we got this one here, 15 orders as well. So that may be the I'll just go to the Google My Business listing. So hello, Sushi, Sky, Thai, Chicago. Okay. There we go. We've got it looks like we've got the order buttons here. So
Click on those at Grubhub.
are they?
Click on it. Where's it going? Go back to pick up. Take away. Oh, there's a problem. So can anybody tell me why this is happening right now in Google My Business on those 2 clicks?
I think the account is open the food ordering buttons that allows the other partners like GrabHub, like Uber Eats to put their links on it. But it seems like this account doesn't have any partner, so it shows that way. When you click on it, it will allow you to go to the website. Can you
Yeah.
click it again?
Good, perfect, Bean. Sorry, Bean. That's exactly right. So sometimes these orders get put on by the aggregator, which could be GrabHub, DoorDash, Uber. They have control. So you can see here they've got GrabHub, DoorDash, Postmates, Seamless, Uber Eats, EatStreet.com. Right, they've got all different providers. Whichever one was connected to that has now, they've either cancelled the account with them or they've got rid of it and it's still sitting there as unproductive. Now that needs fixing. That should be fixed, right? Either removed or going somewhere, right? Because that would be costing them orders every day right now, like that. Any one of your customers that ever has that, we need to figure out how to close that down, shut it out, remove the buttons, or add ours. Now, obviously, right now is the Smile Dining's customer. And menu, it says viewmenu.com. Click on that, Steve. John, I want to see where that goes.
Hi, sorry. I just had the VPN on and it works fine on my end.
Who does it go to?
It goes to Eat Street first. The first option that showed to me with Eat Street. The second one was Caviar, and then DoorDash, GrabHub, Seamless, Uber Eats, Postmates.
If you press order delivery or order takeaway.
This one pickup.
Okay. What about delivery? Who does it go to?
And for delivery, it goes to almost the same list. Almost maybe the same.
Okay. So, John, we're almost out of time, but something we need to do here, and I think I sent it to you ages ago. So first of all, Smile Dining, particularly, they need to have order takeaway and order delivery as their buttons there, and that can be set. Google allow us to create our own buttons. We just got to apply for it. And this also needs to be done for local view. Those order takeaway and order delivery buttons for the aggregators can be, we can do that for ourselves. I don't know about Smile Dining. We'd have to try and teach them how to do it, but maybe we need to do it for ourselves first. John?
Mm-hmm. So, and when you say do it for ourselves, do you mean selecting one of our clients?
No, we need to apply to Google for the order takeaway and order delivery button to be put on Google My Business listing, just like it is there, and it can be directed to the shopping cart.
Yeah.
Right now, we fix menu, reservation, order, right, and providers. So right now, the providers here, order. So just scroll up a little bit with the order. So one of the fails. One of the fails here, and if I look at Hello Sushi, if I look into their record, I can see that Manal in November helped the customer get access to the Google My Business listing. So go back to Google My Business. So right now, this traffic, even at order, doesn't even have this. It doesn't even have the website. It's hellosushithai.com. It's missing. It's try Graviar, GrabHub, DoorDash, Postmates, Seamless, Uber Eats, and Eat Street, right? So And that's okay if they want to keep all those other things on there, but there should be still the website under order. Because you can order from the website, correct? We just saw that. And menu, viewmenu.com, I don't know what that is. So the menu should be hellosushysky.com. So the Google My Business listing here for a small dining customer has not been corrected. But it could be improved. Now I don't. By the way, guys, I'm not saying Manal didn't or did, because this may have been changed since last month or this month. Right? Is this for everyone here to learn and look at this and go, this Google My Business? We've got to understand that if you're using Google strategy, Google's sending people to this listing. And if you go to Google Maps, it's going to send them to the Google Maps listing, which reflects the information that's here as well. So we could be indirectly churning their money, wasting their money, if we don't fix the Google My Business listing the best we can, because we're sending them to this information. I know Google might have a direct click to a website. That's fine. But if we're looking at those stats, this is where some of this stat is getting lost. So it might actually have been bigger than 10%, because it might have been people coming here and clicking on an aggregator to order. You know, so two things out of this that's important. One is have the conversation with the customer when you, especially if you're losing them, go through this data. That the data here was really good. Talking about directions, talking about how the machine is looking for your customer who's connecting you and what that value is over time. The second thing is the Google My Business listing to make sure that is aligned. We can't get rid of the ad. You know, $10 off first order, use 10. So Grubhub, right? Now, the reason, just so you guys don't know, the reason this ad exists is because Grubhub themselves are targeting this customer to get more orders from them, right? But they don't have any control over that. That's not an ad that they've put on. That's Grubhub. What I'd be interested in, guys and John, right, is Grubhub will be spending millions of dollars across every state in the US and even in Australia. DoorDash do the same thing. John, can I ask if we could get a little bit of homework here? What would it take for us to get an ad on there and bump that off?
Okay. Yep.
So I know it's going to be a bidding war, but maybe identify a customer that we have a really good relationship with. I'd be happy to invest whatever it takes to bump an ad off and see if we can and what it costs. I don't care if it costs $1,000, right? Only once. But you know my point, John, right? If we can kind of get a gauge of at what point can we bump this ad off this Google My Business listing, that could be a golden opportunity too, to have a conversation with a customer. Go, you see this Grubhub, well, that's costing you 10% or 15% or 30%. We can bump that ad at $300, or we can bump that ad at $100. I just don't know how to target that and bump it off. That's all. I'm sure we can figure it out. But then we might figure out how to bump that ad off. I don't know if we can figure out, we've got to figure out how much it costs, because they might be just having a maximum bid to be there permanently. Like you could just never outbid them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'll find out about that. Yeah.
And the order takeaway and order delivery. I can't see us solving the problem for small dining right now, but John, I think it's important for us to revisit the concept that it's an application to Google. They just verify the link, and those order takeaway and order delivery can be buttons directed to the website as opposed to an aggregator, and you can control that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that particularly is a very valuable step because Google's picking up all that click and activity around this Google My Business listing because the ads are getting sent to here, not always directly to this, but obviously if they're on maps or they're clicking, they're going to, you know, you've all done it, right? You've all Googled a restaurant in your area. An ad comes up. If you click on the ad, it's taking you to the Google My Business information for you to take action. So it's really important, guys, that we look at the Google My Business, especially we're seeing Google as being popular more than Facebook. It's even more imperative if we're putting more spend on Google to ensure that the Google My Business listing is optimized to go to where they're expecting to see the results, right? You see what I'm saying? If it's not optimized to where they're expecting to see the results, then we're going to sound like we're making excuses. Oh yeah, the ads are working, but you see how it's going to Uber and Try Caviar. You know, we're doing our job. We don't want to be stuck like that. That we can control some of this and we can improve this year how we manage this listing. We've got to be better at that. So, okay. Some learnings here for me too. Does anybody can anybody show me, I know we're over time now, I wanted to keep this to 30 minutes, but can anybody show me, Nice or Nan, what information you see from Smile Dining, if anything? Do we have any access to any information with a customer? Not this one particularly, but anything? Do we see anything? Do we get any information from their shopping cart?
Nope.
Nothing. Nice. Anything to add there?
You're muted. Oh, there we go.
Mm.
So yeah, Nice. Do you have access, Nice, to any of the sales information? Hello, Nice. Well, maybe I think there's something in the chat. Oh, we got a chat. So yeah, the question is, so Nice said, do you mean which information? So the information we're talking about, Nice, is any of the order, like can you see any of the orders that the restaurants are receiving?
I think Nice is saying her mic doesn't work now.
And she said no. That's a no. Yep.
All right. Look, guys, like I said, I wanted to try and keep this to 30 minutes. It was a bit of an awkward one because we're dealing with a cancelled customer, but hope there's some learnings here with Google My Business. I think we've got some takeaways there, some internal work to do. I would recommend in this case, and any case similar, is to have a conversation. Even what is this data? What are the actions? What is the behavior of the customer? What are we trying to achieve? Those stats show us, you know, 31 people clicked. That doesn't mean 31 people ordered, but 31 people were reached and they were investigating whether the restaurant is suitable to where they are. We don't know the net result of that. That could have filtered on to a click to order, or could have filtered on to a click, and that could literally have been directions when they drove there, right? We just don't know because we're not in the restaurant. We don't know how many turn up. But it seems like the customer was feeling like 10% of their activity was coming from this campaign, which to me, the reason I wanted to look at this is it doesn't make sense why a customer would be unhappy with a campaign that's costing $100 and obviously the plan itself to get 10% of activity of new customer base. Like that to me is a success. So somewhere the expectation of the customer and the understanding of marketing is not connecting, right? And as an account manager, it's probably really important to try and close that gap, because it's not, you're not always going to get it. They always, you know, a customer always expects, you know, spend $1 and they want to make $1 million. And we've got to say, spend $1 and make 2, right? That's good. And we're going to close that gap. And so this is an example of, I feel, it was a successful campaign. Things were good. Maybe little bits of improvement with Google My Business, but it seems like a case of client's expectation and reality was like this. I don't know if you guys can see me, but, and as an account manager, maybe sometimes you've got to level them down, and you've got to remember that they're always going to be like this. If they were like this, you know, they would, in expecting you guys, and always surprised by how awesome you are in the sense of the ad results, it's very unlikely. So as an account manager, you've got to, I guess the learning from this is you've got to always try and bring the expectations and match it to the reality of the world and help them be comfortable with what is successful and encourage them that this success is growing your business over time. There's no magic bullet to a restaurant to explode it for $100 a month, right? An ad spend. So, and sometimes it's really important to go, you know, that $199, you're thinking $300, for example, but actually $199 is using our expertise. You don't have to learn, come up with a creative, the market. And that's like you spending 5-6 hours a week, you know, and you don't have to do that. So I'm doing that for you, but the actual ad spend is only $100. So sometimes another conversation piece is to, you know, in their head, they're thinking, oh, I'm spending $300, but they're not, they're only spending 100, right? They're not spending 300. Sometimes you need to explain your value. We're managing this. This costs money. I'm a person. I'm a hired. This is what I do. I'm here for you all the time. You're paying $200 a month to have a marketing expert in your business. How much would it normally cost you if you hired someone full time to run ads? It's going to cost a heck of a lot more. So sometimes that conversation and expectation and in their mind departmentalize what they're paying for you as the individual account manager, and then for the ads. I would suggest playing back the ending of this call for you to get used to what I just said again. Anything you want to add to that, John or Sam? I know Sam might still be driving, but you know, this is about expectations and closing that gap, but putting value on your time and explaining that a third of your costs is not on ad spend. A third of your cost is on expertise, creating the ad, putting the ad out. So if you doubled your ad spend or tripled your ad spend, you actually get better value.
Yeah.
Not less. So anyway, anything to add to that, John?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just want to echo some of the stuff, basically what you've been saying, Steve. And but one of the things we haven't looked at, just really quickly, I'm look at the Facebook ad campaign. So the results were quite good with this too. It was costing 36 cents per click from Facebook. The campaign. So I think this campaign went quite well as well. But coming back to you know, what Steve was saying about having, you know, if clients don't feel they're getting good results from the campaign, I think it's a great idea to discuss with them exactly, you know, breaking down with them. Okay, we spent this much money and this is the results, because I think they might be surprised when they see the actual results that they're actually getting from the campaign. I think it's really good to have that conversation with them. I want to share with you quickly an experience that I had recently. You know, as many of you know, I have clients, other clients in other industries, and so I had a client recently who asked me to set up a Google Ads campaign for him, and we ran it for several months. And he said he messaged me and said, "Look, I think we're going to cancel the campaign. I'm not really happy with the, you know, it's not really worth it for me the amount of money we're paying and the amount of sales I'm seeing coming in, I don't think it's going well. Now I was quite surprised because I was seeing data like this, right? I was seeing data like this campaign where we were achieving really good results as far as getting people to fill in the form on his website or call his business. So what I did was, I went to his website and I submitted a form on his website, contact form on his website, but I used my wife's name. I used a different family name, so he wouldn't know it was me. The business wouldn't know it was me. And what was interesting to me is that no one, when I submitted the form, a few days later, still no one had emailed me back and no one had called me. So I called the client and I said to him, hey, look, a few days ago, I actually submitted a form, and it was for that particular product we've been promoting, by the way, because he has various products. So I put in a request to get a quote for that specific product that we would been promoting on Google. Anyway, so I called the client and I said, look, yeah, no one emailed me back and no one called me. It's been like 3 days and I haven't received any communication from your business. And so I recommended to him, and I explained to him too that, with sale, or, with any business, the quicker you respond to a customer, the more likely you are to get the sale. So ever since, and I recommended, he look at the processes he has in his business and talk about this with his sales team. Since then, he didn't ask me to cancel. I'm still running the campaign. This was like 6 months ago. And I don't hear anything from him. Like I just continue to run the campaign. So sometimes so just going back to what Steve was saying, it's good to show them the statistics, let them know what's actually happening, and then maybe have a discussion and find out more about their business too, about, maybe too that they've got issues. Like we looked at some issues with the Google My Business. Maybe there's some issues on their website. Maybe there's some issues with the way that they handle orders in their business. We don't know. So having this discussion with the business owner can sometimes really change their view of what we're doing. That's all I want to say. San, did you have any comments? If you do maybe San can't speak at the moment.
That's all good. Hey, thank you guys. Hopefully there's some takeaways and some learnings here. But I just always encourage doing a screen share, seeing this or a screenshot. Even sometimes, someone cancels and you can't get hold of them and it's not working or whatever. I would even recommend taking even like just doing a video, talk through for 5 minutes to go, hey, watch this before you cancel if you can't get back in hold of them. Like just showing them the data and explaining what it means. 5 minutes could change their outcome very quickly. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
On.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Also,
Thank you.
John, do we have next meeting? Like
thanks. So we'll wait till I don't think San, how long does it take San to get to the office?
I'm not sure. She'll be hitting traffic at this time of day, so it could be a while.
I'll message. Yeah, so, I'll message the group about that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks.
See you.
See you.